Alright, so I'm here in the Dominican Republic for April break. Although I'm taking it a little bit later and such and using some sick time from the school so I can be here with my grandmother for her birthday. So yeah, I've already done some changes here. You can kind of already see with this fan here, but I'll review that in a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely some changes that have happened in terms of like the appearance of some of the fans and what I plan to do with some of the other ones later on in the summer. But this is kind of like a preview of like what's to come and such. Um, yeah, and I did not film any full videos of the fans here this time because time here was a bit shorter, and I wanted to have space on my phone so I can film other stuff around sightings and such. So when I'm here in the summer, I'll do full videos of all the fans here for the anniversary of the channel and updated remakes of the 10-year anniversary of the KDKs here because, as you can see with this one, along with another one, they've been restored. So, and there's still one more I need to restore, so I want to have them all in pristine condition for the anniversary of the channel, since it's already passed. So, first thing I figured I'd point out here is that I repainted the KDK in my bedroom here to a gloss white. I was getting tired of the off-white color that I had this one in, along with the other one, so I figured I'd repaint them back to their original gloss white finish. And honestly, this one really came out pretty well. And yes, I didn't sand down the rust, but the fan's gonna get rusted again anyways, and it got like that within 6 months from when I painted it, so it's really no point putting the effort to do so. But yeah, the sticker definitely looks less faded now that it's with the white color again instead of it being the almond off-white color of sorts. Yeah, the fan literally looks like it did when I first got it 18 years ago back in 2005. So the fact that it looks this good still to this day, like after being repainted, it really goes to show how good these fans look after a lot of years. I mean, they still have the same design basically being sold today. It's just a little bit more updated looking with the canopies and the blade design. But yeah, that's basically the update with this fan. It's still running the same as it's always been. The control's a bit funny and all that good stuff, and it doesn't want to work on speed 4 all the time. But again, I honestly really only use it on speed 1 most of the time at night. Daytime, I don't really use it as often. I usually use the pedestal one, but I have been using this one a bit more in the daytime just to give it more use again. But yeah, I will be doing another 10th anniversary remake of this one along with the other two KDKs here, especially because now that I have them being restored and such. So yeah, so I guess you can consider the ones that I just did of them the before, and the ones that are gonna be coming in the summer is like after I've restored them. So this one's been restored along with another one, and then the last one will be restored in the summer. Along with all the other fans in the house. So it's 10-year anniversary celebrations for the channel will be made public by then as well. I have a lot of them filmed, but only like 1 or 2 of them I still need to do, which is because I need to finish them in the summer. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show the other fans, and then I'll wrap it up here. So this one I've been using quite a bit in the daytime. I just shut it off just to give it a cool spin down look. But yeah, this one's been holding up pretty well in here. Never really gets used at all except for when I'm here. So yeah, but I use it in the daytime to give this one here a break. That way I'm not running this one all the time. But yeah, there's the update with this one. Now on to the next. Another thing I'd point out is I did update some of the wall art on the top area in terms of the music. I know some people might not care, but I know someone's gonna point it out, so I figured I'd just show it. Most of the stuff that's here now is just of artists that I listen to more often, whereas a lot of stuff that was up there before was stuff that I listened to a lot more, like back when I first started college. So it definitely was phased out, so I kind of wanted to update in terms of like the artists I listen to more often. But yeah. Let me go ahead and show the rest, and then I'll pick it up later. All right, now for my grandmother's room, this one's been repainted as well. Painted gloss white, Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. Came out pretty good. The blades, I know people are gonna say, oh, you should have sanded it down or strip the paint off it. I'm not trying to do all of that because the fan's gonna get rusted down here either way. And the paint that's on this one is still the actual powder coating from the factory, so I'd rather leave that on it because it's more resistant than just spray painting the appliance epoxy paint on it, because it's more defensive. I mean, this is all the rust that's formed on it since we got this fan. So I mean, for it to only rust up this much over the years, which is almost 20 years that we've got this fan basically, so it's honestly barely any rust on it and such. Yeah, I was kind of hesitant on painting this one, but I figured, you know what, since I painted the one in my room, I figured maybe do this one as well. That way they both look in good shape. Yeah, definitely came out pretty good, and I'm glad of how it looks now. It doesn't look too old anymore. It looks pretty new. I mean, it's obviously it's an older one, but it doesn't look ancient anymore, at least. But yeah, like it doesn't look discolored, and definitely stands out better, so it's a good thing. So yeah, let me go ahead and show the other fans. So I completely forgot to show the universal. It's been getting used a bit more often. I just shut it off because it's been on all day. Oh, although I did give it a cleaning. But yeah, it's been getting used a bit more often. We've been trying to use this one more in a day and leave this one for just the nighttime, so it's not on 24/7. Because my grandmother is in the bedroom more often now due to her recovery from a foot injury. But yeah, with this one being repainted, it definitely looks a lot better in here than it did before. Especially with the light, it really makes it stand out more compared to before. But yeah, there's that update, and now for the next one. All right, now for this one, it hasn't really been getting used that much, especially since my grandfather passed. But I mean, it gets used whenever we have visitors over. Sometimes one of the house people that stays overnight to watch my grandmother to make sure she's fine, and sometimes they'll sleep in this room. So it does get used, but not nearly as much as it did before. So it's not used every night like it was in the past, but definitely does need some TLC. I know we're on the blades. I think this one here is the one that's, I know one of them's a bit out of alignment. It's kind of close to the front. But it still runs as it has over the past 10 years. But yeah, this one along with all the other fans that have been filmed since the original 3 for the 10-year anniversary remakes and such, they're definitely going to be done, but they'll be going public around the summertime. Because I didn't have too much time to really film all of them, so there's like 1 or 2 for my 70s to do, so I'll be making the rest of them public in the summer. So I figured I'd just make a note of that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show the next one. Now as for this one here in the bathroom, it's still running the same as it has. Moving a decent amount of air on high, though it's more of like a medium-ish speed now. Definitely needs a new capacitor, but since it's in the bathroom and it's still moving a good amount of air, I'm not really worried about it. But I definitely am going to look into getting the right capacitor to just have it on hand. So if it ever does go out completely, then I swap it out. Or like if it just goes super slow to the point that it's not doing anything. But it gets used here and there when I'm not here. But the lights will get used on it the most, if anything. And such. But as you can see, there's like dead flies in there. It's gonna clear it out, but I think it's not really needed. I mean, could they use this white? They keep it on at night, every night, this white here in the hall instead of the hallway one. So it's bound to get flies there, but I also figured it makes more sense to keep the fan running at night, just so it kind of keeps from like mosquitoes getting around here and all that. So yeah, there's the update with this one, and now for the next. All right, now for the 2 up front, nothing's really changed with them too much. And I already know someone's gonna ask about the one in the kitchen, the Homestar high velocity little pedestal fan. Someone's borrowing that right now, one of the people that helps my grandmother's until they can get their own fan, because they don't have any, so we let them borrow it for a bit. But yeah, this one, I'm gonna try to repaint the blades probably when I come back in the summer. Maybe not, I mean, it's rusted, but it's not really that noticeable, and this fan's honestly, it's not often that it's off anyways. I feel it's rusting a lot worse, and I mean, it's definitely can use the repainting, but what I'd end up doing with it is not stripping it down completely. I'll just sand down the rusted areas and just paint over it with a paint that matches this exactly, because there's a paint place that I know of that if you bring them the color that you need, they can repair a spray can and such. I can get this exact color. Or if I found another set of blades like this that are identical. And with this one, it's basically the same thing. Nothing's really changed with it, except for the fact that it's only with the white pull chain extension. As my grandparents, before my grandfather passed, they both would get confused as to which would turn on the light in the fan. So I just figured maybe just keep the fan on high and just have it where they can only really switch the light on and off if they need it, because there's no way that anybody would sit here in the living room without the fan and such. So I figured if they sit in there, they can choose whether they want the light on or off, but it's not like they're gonna sit there with just the light only, because it gets pretty hot over here. But this does a good job circulating the air. But yeah. But yeah, this one's still running well and such. I did recently clean it because this one was pretty dusty. The other one, I don't think it's ever been cleaned, but it doesn't have too much dust on it anyways. But I could be mistaken, they might have cleaned it once or twice since it's been put up. But yeah, that's the update with these ones, and now on to the last one. So yeah, that's all the updates here. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.